Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a first impressions of this foundation. Revolve sent me out a few products to try from this brand, which I think is pronounced Paese or Paese. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it, but I've heard amazing things from this brand and I've wanted to try it for ages, but none of the pharmacies around here actually stock it, so I haven't seen it or been able to pick it up, so I'm so excited to be able to try this now. So it came with a press release, so any information about the products that I'll be telling you will be coming straight from the press release. So what I got was the rice powder, so I think this is just like a setting powder, and I also got the long cover fluid, which is just like a foundation. So I'm going to do a first impressions of these today. As you can see, I have no makeup on, that's why I have no makeup on, and I just really wanted to try it. I did try a little bit on my hand last night and it seems really light coverage. In the press release it does say that it's medium to full coverage, so maybe it's buildable. So first of all I'm going to try the foundation. Now I haven't got a primer on, all I've done is cleansed and moisturised my face earlier on this morning. So I'm going to try this out now, and the only thing I'm going to set it with is the rice powder. Okay. So, I don't know if you can tell, but this is kind of like a little paddle for a applicator. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this onto my brush, and I'm just going to be using like a flat kabuki brush. I don't know how much of this to put on, so I'm just going to put on that amount and we'll see how we get on. It smells really nice. Usually with it has a decent coverage. Actually, I'll zoom you in. So usually with sorry, I'm getting really distracted by how good coverage this is. Usually with full coverage or medium to full coverage foundations, it doesn't smell nice. It smells kind of like chalky and heavy. But this smells really good. The colour for me is pretty similar to my own skin tone. I'm not sure if it's coming up on camera right, but it's pretty similar, because sometimes if you get sent things in the post, they're always way too dark because I'm like the palest of pale. But this one seems to be perfect. It's probably a little bit too tanned. It's like half a shade too dark. So I'm just going to go on with a little bit more. So I'm just taking it off kind of like this side, or this part of the applicator. I'm just going to go on a little bit heavier just to see if it's buildable. Now I'd say usually at this stage I would use my beauty blender. Like in the last first impressions I did half of it with a brush, half of it with a beauty blender, but my beauty blender at the moment just needs to be replaced because I've had it for so long and it's fallen apart. So that's not an option today. It's definitely giving me a really good coverage. Like my skin at the moment, I'm not sure if you could tell because I've got the lights on, but like it's so bad. Like I honestly feel like I'm 15 again and my skin is just acting up. I'm really pleased with this foundation so far, and as I said, it smells so good. So there's 30 mils in this, and it covered my face. Like the small little bit that I put onto my brush, like you seen how much that was, there wasn't a lot, and it blended really well, and I'm really liking it. I hope that it's good. So I'm going to try out the rice powder now. Now as far as I'm aware, because I opened this yesterday, so this is what it looks like. It's just like a normal kind of loose powder packaging. And inside it has it's like a leather little kind of, I don't know how to describe it, like a little what would you call these, like a little sponge thing. So I'm just going to dab this everywhere. I don't know if that's 100% how I'm supposed to use it, but if I was using this as if it was a translucent powder, and actually I should probably just read the press release. Maybe I'm not using enough. The way you have to get the powder out of this is you have to twist this a little bit until the little circles are over like the holes. I'm sure you've used something similar to this before anyways. Oh, you see that dust? And then you just shake it up a little bit, but not too hard because it comes out so easily. So I'm just going to dab this in again. And I'm going to apply it to my T-zone. So I think what I'll do is I'll apply it and then I'll just blend it away with my normal powder brush. Okay, so I feel a little bit better now with brows on. I'm not going to be putting any eye makeup on because my eyelid is a little bit swollen and I'm not sure why it's swollen, so I'm not going to be going near it with any makeup or anything like that. But I just put brows on and lipstick on, so, and I'm not going anywhere today, so it doesn't matter. So my first impressions on the foundation are very good. It smells great, it applies really well, it blends really easily, and it gives me quite good coverage. Like, this gives me very good coverage considering how bad my skin is at the moment. Like, it's definitely a medium to full coverage foundation. It is like half a shade too dark for me, but that's fine. I just blended it down a little bit and it's fine. Yeah, I really like it. I'm very interested to see how it will last over the day. Now I know I have the rice powder on and I'm interested to see how this works as well, and if it keeps my oils at bay and stuff, because I've applied it and my face definitely mattified a little bit, but we'll see how it is, because to be honest, I found it a little bit difficult with the little applicator to apply it. I found it much easier when I went in with my little brush, but I found I used a lot more product when I used my brush, so I'll see how we get on. What I probably should have done was half my face with the brush and half my face with the little what's it called? This thing. Foundation also contains SPF of 6, and while SPF of 6 isn't great, it's still better than nothing, because I know loads of people go out without SPF on and it actually breaks my heart. Like, I just couldn't do it. Like, I'm such a freak about SPF, so I'm glad that it has some SPF in it. And yeah, okay, so that's great. I'm going to see how we get on during the day. At the moment it is 9:45, and you're going to have to excuse me. I think I'm coming down with a cold or something, but anyways. So it's 9:45, so I'm going to be working today in the office, so I don't think I'll be doing anything too crazy. So I'll check in a couple of hours and let you know how it's doing. So it's a little bit later on now. It's now 3:10. If you can see that there, it's 3:10. So it's been maybe, what, 5-6 hours since I last checked in, and I'm going to have a look in my mirror and see how we're doing. Okay, so one thing I definitely noticed, and maybe it's just because it's a little bit brighter now, and I can just see myself more clearly, is it's definitely like a full shade darker. So I'm not sure whether it's just oxidized and it's just gotten darker, or whether it was like that this morning. So I definitely need to blend it more into my hairline and like my ear and stuff like that. Also, excuse the state of my lipstick, I've just had lunch. One thing I will say about it is it's lasted very well, especially like around my like jawline and chin, because I'm in the office all the time and I leave it like this the whole time, so I'm always losing my foundation, and whatever I have on here, it's always gone by the end of the day. And I know it's not the end of the day, but I'm actually going to Dublin now in about 40 minutes, so I have to film this now, and then what I'll do is I'll check in when I'm home to see what it's like after, it'll probably be about 15 or 16 hours. So I think that'll be a good test. As for right now though, as I said, it's all still around here, which is great, which means it didn't transfer. Around my nose, it's kind of gone a little bit, but that's just my skin at the moment, and it is a little bit oily just kind of here. But aside from that, like, I'm really impressed. One thing I like about it is that it comes across really natural. I don't know whether that's just because my makeup is very natural today, or whether it's just the foundation. I'd say it probably is just how it looks, because I can definitely, like, I can see my freckles, but yeah, it's covering quite a lot of my like blemishes, which I really like. So yeah, so far so good. I'm really impressed with it so far. Like, this is after what, maybe 6 hours, so very good. And I will check in another few hours. Good evening everyone. So it's now 1:15 at night time. So it's been about 16 hours since I first applied this foundation. So I've literally just come in the car from in the car from being up in Dublin. So I'm gonna have a quick look. Now, around here I'm definitely very oily, and it's quite worn away around my nose, but that would be quite general for my skin anyways. I can definitely see where I was leaning in the car and stuff like that, that it's definitely worn away in those places, but that happens with any foundations, and especially after 16 hours, like you can definitely still tell that I have makeup on, whereas I have some foundations and after the 12 hours or 8 hours it's practically gone off my face. So what I would say is that even though the foundation has come away a little bit from me leaning on stuff on it, the transfer hasn't been as dramatic as other foundations. So yeah, and I was actually reading up more on the press release, and there's some really good benefits to using this kind of makeup. So what I'm going to do is I'll just take a picture of it and put it up on the screen. But yeah, I really like it. As I said before, it's $16.50 and you can get it in certain pharmacies, and you can also get it online. I'll leave all the information for it down below in the description bar. But my first impressions are very good, and I really like it, and I'm actually delighted to have it. I think that this rice powder is very good. This might just become my new holy grail powder. I'm not going to say it definitely is or anything like that, because I obviously have to try it more than once, but I really like it. And the same for the foundation. I found that I used very little and it gave me really good coverage. So yeah, big massive thumbs up for me on these two products, and I can't wait to use them more. So yeah, that is the end of this video. If you like these first impression videos, please do let me know, and of course give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye guys.